Brew is a separate skill, correct?
It's under brewing. So materials and mind and systemic is all under brewing.
Right, but they all have the same. They have different percentages, correct?
Yes.
And brewing doesn't have its a separate percentage of its own.
It does. It has 60.
Exactly. That's what I have in mind. So they are technically separate skills. The idea is that if you want to make something, you have to put all the right things together first and understand it. Basically,
Then brew it.
and then you have to actually make the potion.
Okay.
So that's 2 rolls.
Okay. So first brew then.
No, other way around. You can't brew it until you know what it is and how to make it work.
Okay, so I'm gonna use system first.
Yes,
okay.
Looking at these plants and studying them and thinking about what you know, you say, well, I think I might be able to mix this the right way.
Okay, I have 45 and I got a 62, so...
Okay, so what this means is that you are basically just trying your best at making, using what you can see, but you are doing a lot of guessing. It's hard for you to tell. So when you brew something, go ahead and brew it with a roll.
Okay. 96 and I have 60.
Okay. Well, it's basically the only thing I can say is that if you had succeeded with the brew, then you would give Skava something that wasn't medicine. And if you had, but failing at the brewing means that you basically are going to end up with just a mess, I think. So it doesn't always work. We can't make a grenade every day. So the best thing that you can do, Skava, is a more general approach. Just chew the leaves yourself or make a mash and put it on your shoulder and things like that. And who knows how well it's going to work.
Please share.
Oh, I see.
Sure. Thank you. Let's just brew a tea out of it.
Yeah. Well,
it can't do any harm, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I know these plants are not meant to poison you. They are meant to help you.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think we should go back to the village under these circumstances.
Okay, so with
yes.
with this in mind, I would like for Zort. Now you need to make your chaos lore roll and see what you get.
All right. That's essentially cult lore, right?
Yes, it is.
I don't have any cult lore.
You
think? Hold on, I need to... Am I just... Oh no, I'm missing it. Alright, I do have cult lore. Alright, great. I was just missing it for a moment. Nope, that's a 47.
Okay. So what this means is that... going to see just what kind of effect we are talking about. You do not perceive or analyze this, but to everyone else, it is clear that Zort is not exactly the same, and that this change has been happening very slowly. That he is continuing to be he's looking more and more demonic. Looks more like some kind of a monstrous quality. You may have been surprised back at the village when people just addressed him when they were scared or angry of him just as monster. Now, today, looking at him, you can kind of see their point.
Is it just the looks or the behavior as well?
Just the looks.
Okay, that's fine then.
Kill him.
You are not going to.
And so, having missed your cult lore roll, what this means is that you are not aware, or at least you are not properly analyzing how this relates to your lack of connection to your cult. And in fact,
All right.
Do you have your cult description with you?
Yes, I do. And well, it's a bunch. But are you thinking about the runes such as Fate and Chaos, or?
I am thinking about the Spirit of Reprisal, which is near the end. Because your recent encounter is definitely going to trigger that. It would be under subordinate cults.
Alright, subservient cults, alright. Oh! Okay. Do you want me to read this?
Yes, I do.
The cult spirit of reprisal is extremely brutal, attacking with power 3d6 plus 6, and combining physical damage as per disruption spell with power loss. It will continue attacking until it is defeated. Cult apostates who survive the spirit of reprisal may become significant social threats, given their resentments, amplified chaos abilities, and organizing experience. The cult typically takes direct action to prevent such a situation.
Now, how does that sound?
That sounds like I have a lot of trouble.
It also sounds as though that letter that you sent down the river
is going to give me more trouble. Oh, shit.
Yes. Okay. So here we go. As you travel toward the village, and eventually come back to a region where you can see it, and you have been on this path before. This is the same route that you took to get there in the first place. So you will be going past the ruined farms. By the way, across the river, remember how there was the areas that had been attacked by the insect people? Some of the members of the village are rebuilding there. And you're not quite sure why they feel confident to do that, but when you get the chance, you can ask them. But they are, clearing the farm area and the orchards of trees, and they are rebuilding the most important structures and things like that. So that is happening when you get there, or when you can see it from higher up the hills. And that is occurring at the same time. And I think that we might as well just make it a coincidence. I could have you rest a few days or something, but we might as well just make it a dramatic coincidence, if you don't mind, which is the very distinctive, fast-moving ship which has traveled up the river, which is effectively arriving at the village concurrently. We don't have to make it the minute that you can see the village, that's the same minute that the ship gets there, because that's almost too ridiculous. But in the same period, just a little bit after or a little bit before is the arrival. Now, this ship is instantly recognizable to people from the West, particularly Zort. This ship was built in the Imperial City. This ship is very much a characteristic, fast-moving river travel ship. They are often brought with a larger warship for the ocean, and they are attached. And then when they get to the shoreline where there are rivers that can be traveled, then they are unhooked and they zip up the rivers. So so you recognize this kind of ship instantly. And the other important thing about it is that it is marked in two ways that make it immediately recognizable. One is with the runes of the Merciful Dawn, and another is that it has some decorative, if you can call them decorations, because they are very heavy and dramatic and scary looking, but they are still just decorations of chains. The chief symbol is of this chain. So you can think of, a cool fantasy adventure ship with rows of chains hanging down from the front of the ship. The front of the ship is sticking out like a blade, and then from that are dangling a curtain of chains and other interesting devices of this kind. So it should strike you as a fairly sinister or striking arrival. It is not enormous, but it's bigger than remember the little ships that you rode into the mouth of the Devourer? The little boats, the little war boats. It's bigger than that. And that ship is going to secure itself. The people people are going to jump out, and they are going to pull, and they are going to anchor the ship. There are places, if you look at the map, there are places where a ship a small one, can be beached and secured, and this is one such place. Yes, Selma.
I'm turning to Sword, just asking, good news, you think?
Should be, shouldn't it? Right?
Okay.
I mean, I get the chance to explain things for them and reconvene.
3d6 plus 6, I believe, is what you said, right? For the power?
Yep, 3d6 plus 6.
Well, that puts us...
You want company when you meet them?
No, I can come along.
Maybe we all should. Go?
Interesting.
I'll tag along.
You're welcome to.
A
bit weird, but all right.
Yeah.
As you make your way down into the region where people are doing the rebuilding, there are two developments. One is that on that side of the river, some of the people from the boat, about 6 of them, have come out and have come onto the shore. They are wearing different pieces of bronze armor, but all of them have the same helmet, which has a distinctive pair of points that comes down next to their face and stops about right here. These 2 points that come down right here. And they also, one of them has a chain that is wrapped partly around their body and then partly around their arm. It doesn't look like it's holding them. It's not a chain chaining them up. It's more like something they're wearing. And you all know this means this is an initiate of the cult. And then we have seen these guys before.
Yep.